Authors, you might be making a big marketing mistake that could be costing you continued book sales, and nobody wants that. So today I'm going to show you an easy to apply strategy that will help you continue to see book sales for free and how to keep that momentum going all year long. So my name is Jen Hanson-dePaula, and I'm the co-founder of Mixus Media, and I'm really good at helping authors simplify their marketing strategies and to see bigger growth and to grow their audience on social media. So if that sounds good to you, give me a like and a follow, and let's get into it. So in order to understand how this mistake is happening and when it takes place, we need to discuss the three different phases of book marketing. So the first phase is the attraction phase. This begins right around the time when you start writing your book up until about 2 months before your book releases. Now, we use the attraction phase to really build our audience. This is when you're getting to know people on social media, when you're reaching out and making those connections. It's not promotional. This is the connection phase. So you have a good foundation to launch your book, which is the second phase, which is the promotional phase. So the promotional phase begins about 2 months before your book's release date until about 2 weeks after the release date. This is when you are going into more promotion, where you're building up anticipation for your release week. You can do pre-orders, you can do events, you can schedule signings, you can do all sorts of things that help build up that hype and to help build that excitement and anticipation for your book to release. And then the third phase is the follow-up phase. And this begins about 2 weeks after your release date on, because your book has an infinite lifespan and we can continue to talk about the book. And this is really when the mistakes begin to happen, because many times authors tend to overlook the follow-up phase. We become so focused on the launch of the book and getting it out to the world and getting promotions going within the promotional phase that we don't plan and we don't see through the continued lifespan of our book, and we don't have a plan in place. And it's an honest mistake, because the follow-up phase really is a relatively new phase, because before we had social media and online marketing, we did not have the opportunity to follow up directly with readers to continue those conversations. And this is actually something that I experienced very early on in my career. I got my start working in the music industry as a publicist. I call myself a recovering publicist, before I started working with authors and their book marketing and social media. And when social media came into the scene around 2005, it was really this huge opportunity for authors and musicians and creatives of all kinds to go directly to their fans and to their readers to connect with them and to build that personal relationship. Before, we had to solely rely on publicists and marketing professionals to reach out to what we call gatekeepers. And gatekeepers were anyone who was like an editor or a program director or a booking agent for a TV show that kind of held the keys to actually getting onto TV and into magazines and into newspapers. And all of those resources had a very finite lifespan. They had very limited resources and limited space. And so we were all competing for those few opportunities to get our book, our music, or whatever we were selling seen by the public. So now that we're able to actually reach out and connect directly with our readers through social media, it brings on all these new opportunities. But for some reason, we still get stuck back in that mindset that after our book launches, or after whatever product we're launching, we kind of tend to move on to the next thing, and we don't continue to talk about it, because that is really the secret sauce. It might seem so simple, but just the simple act can help you continue to see sales all year long. So having a mindset adjustment of knowing that your book's lifespan is infinite, that it's going to go on well beyond the release date, that is something to always be keeping in mind, to continue to talk about your book and to continue to drive them to your Amazon page, to drive them to your website, to learn more about you and your book. So how can you actually do this? It's very easy. You just have to continue to talk about it on your social media outlets and through your newsletter. And one of the best things that you can do is that, let's say you post 5 times a week on social media. Commit to posting once or twice within those 5 posts to talk about your book, to drive people from your social media outlet to your website or to your Amazon page to check out your book or to learn more about it. Because on average, it takes 8 impressions in order for anyone to actually take action. So that is why we want to continue to talk about our book and to continue to drive those conversations and to drive them to our website, because that is the best way to not only warm up those leads and to make them see the value of your book and to really take interest in it, but it also helps them to take action. I always tell authors that just because you're ready to sell your book doesn't always mean that your readers are ready to buy your book. And that does not mean that you've lost a sale. It just might mean that you might have to continue to talk with them about it. And this empowers you to stay at the front of your readers' minds. That is the biggest thing that you can do within your social media presence and with your newsletters, is staying in the front of your readers' minds. So when you continue to show the value that your book has, and this, it doesn't matter if it's fiction or nonfiction, your book has value. And when you continue to show that to your readers, you're going to continue to show them that, hey, I need that book. I need to pay more attention to this author. I need to go to their Amazon page and to check out their website. It's all about continuing that conversation. So remember, focus on the lifespan of your book, not just the release of your book. And if this is something that you need some more help with or that you want some more guidance on, I have something for you. I have my free PDF download called the Streamlined Book Marketing Guide, and it is going to help you to create that strategy and plan to help you to simplify your book marketing and to help you to continue to see that growth and continue to see book sales. So click the link below to sign up for that. And if you want more book marketing and social media tips specifically for authors, be sure to hit like and subscribe. I share new videos every Friday. And we also have a podcast and blog on our website at mixtusmedia.com. All that information is below. So be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.